I'm recording this video on the morning of October 17th, 2019. The market has been open about 30 minutes and it's strong today on the news that there's some sort of Brexit agreement. What I'm going to talk about today is in this video, is folder number 8, Flags and Inside Days. You can see that I have inside days first and then a potential bull flag forming. What is an inside day? You'll notice that I've gone to a different screen layout for this. This is the screen layout I usually use for prospecting because I can see a daily chart, a weekly chart, and a monthly chart. Now the inside day means, and this is the candle that I'm looking at on this, means that this body is inside the wick of the prior day, both the upper wick and the lower wick. And this is pretty extreme here, but it is an inside day. And if I go back to this, I'm looking at the end of day yesterday. Let's go ahead and move it down to the intraday and take a look at some of these stocks. It's the same filter. And this is the stock that I was looking at end of day, and you can see that this is a spinning top here. That was an inside day, and this stock is moving higher. Now, an inside day, according to my filter requirements, has to be above the 3 and 6 day exponential moving averages. And the 3 has to be above the 6. So here's the 3. The green line here is the 6. So that means in the short term, the stock has to be moving up. And then it has to have the inside day, and you can see that this stock is moving up. Now if I look over here at the monthly chart, you can see this stock has been in a long-term downtrend, and it has been basing for several months. On the weekly chart, it moved up on some VPA flags, and then volume really started coming in heavily the past couple of weeks as the group started moving up. So this qualified as an inside day yesterday, and it's following through today. I'm going to move down. Let's look at TSEM. That's number 2 now. I'm updating. You can clearly see that this was an inside day because, let me put the frame on here, its body, which is here, was inside the upper wick and well above the lower wick of this candle. So I consider this an inside day because the stock was moving up based upon the 3 being above the 6. If you look down here, you're going to see several pocket pivots. So an inside day really means that a stock is pausing before it hopefully goes up. They don't all go up, no question about it. But if you see a pause like this on an inside day in a stock that's moving up, and if the group has been moving up too, that adds reinforcement to it. So that's the inside day. Let's do one more. See if we can find another good example here. Now this is a inside day. I had to pause that and bring it up because I couldn't see the inside day, but you can see that here's the very small body on this, and it was inside the prior day, and this is a gap up. The 3's above the 6. Back here was a pocket pivot, and also the volume point of control went positive. So this is kind of scrunched down because of the moving averages. Let's go to a different chart. I'll just go to volume point of control here. No, I didn't want that chart. I'm going to go up here to my daily VPA charts. And you can see this much clearer. This is an inside day here, and there's a gap up on this, so it's moving higher. I'll minimize this. You can see that this has been in a long-term downtrend, getting some support here. The weekly has formed. Here's the low, here's a higher low, and it's breaking past here on the weekly. You can see that there are a lot of stocks, 168, which passed as inside days. I usually wait for the market to be open and just use this view right here, the inside days, so I can see which ones are breaking past the inside day mark or are showing strength. Let's take a look at this lift, which has been a real disappointment in the IPO market. It is showing a inside day from yesterday, and it's trying to break past that today. This has been a disaster as an IPO for those of you who, or for those who bought long. Okay, I'm going to move down to the potential bull flag forming. This is something that I put together with the fields that were available to me in HGSI, and let's just look at a few of these. I'm updating in the background. That's why this is taking a little bit longer. And let me zoom out on this so we can see it better. But you can see that this stock has been moving up. This is what I consider a potential bull flag forming. Get this out of the way. And you can see on the monthly chart, it's been basing a long time. This is Sportsman Warehouse. It's been strong recently. On the weekly chart, you can see the volume coming in, which means demand. Had a little pullback on this week, but other than that, it's gone from around 375 up to about 640, something like that. So it's made quite a move. Now here is what I consider the bull flag forming again. Here's the flagpole. Here's the flag. If it breaks past here, there's a pretty good chance it's going to go higher. Let's look at next one, TNP. Here's your flagpole. Here's the flag forming. If you look at all the charts, monthly has been weak, but the weekly has been very strong. This is in that shipping group, which has really been strong recently. Okay, now I'm going to go to the intraday version of this. Same filter, it's just that we see what's moving. Now here is another shipping stock. And here was the flagpole. Here's the potential flag forming, and it's breaking out today. Once again, chart looks very similar over here. The monthly chart has been weak, but the weekly chart has formed a series of higher lows and higher highs. Been sloppy along the way, but it's been working. So here's your potential bull flag. It broke past that resistance. It certainly broke past that. So that would have been a good trade so far today. Now here's Natera. You can see that this one really doesn't look that great on the daily chart. They came out with information yesterday. They're issuing a secondary, so it dropped it down. You'd have to use your imagination on this one, but look at what's happening on the weekly and the monthly chart. This stock is really strong right now. So that's one that I would keep watching. Let's look at And let's look at Federal Signal, see if it looks like a potential bull flag forming. Certainly does on the weekly chart and also on the monthly chart. And here is the daily chart. This was the potential bull flag forming. It is, here's the flagpole, and it broke past there. So it's on the move today. It's got to clear some resistance. You see it over here on the weekly chart, but it's breaking out. Volume's running a little bit light today, but still, this is a strong stock, and this is a very short flag. Now, there's 53 stocks in here, and the stocks that are near the top of the list are the ones that are going to give us the best look. Now, let's take a look at Roku here. You can see that Roku is, here's the flagpole, and here is a potential flag. If it breaks past resistance here on the daily, it's going to look pretty good. It's been strong on the monthly, it's been strong on the weekly, had a major shakeout here, but buyers are back into this on the weekly. And here is your potential bull flag forming. Now on these potential bull flags, what I'm really looking for is a breakout past the short-term resistance. So it would have to, if it takes out yesterday's high on Roku, that would be another buy signal on this stock. Okay, let's do one more. I looked at Lyft. How about Guardian Health? See, as I go down the list, the flags are not as strong or not as well developed. This has been very, very weak. Look at these nice VPA flags here indicating some buying and then lack of demand right here, but now it's moving up. And this could be considered a flag right here. Potential flag. I call them potential flags because I don't, this is what I came up with, and it seems to work pretty well. So it's breaking past resistance here. It's pulled back a little bit today, but you have to take everything into consideration. You've got a lot of resistance over here. You see it in the daily chart. You see it on the weekly chart. Monthly chart, it's got to overcome that big black candle, but there is some accumulation here. It's starting to move. Volume is running above normal today, and there's a good chance it could go higher. Anyway, this video introduces you to inside days and potential flags.